That's good. They're probably going to be facing me, so don't read them as upside down. Lucky number 1. Okay, this is the 4 of Swords. This card reflects a need for a person to sit back and reflect, contemplate things going on, take a break from the action, and think about where you're going forward, where you've been. Focus on things that need to be done. This is clearly a time to pull back from any activity you're involved in. It's not necessarily a bad thing. Sometimes we just need a break. It can also be an issue to watch out for isolation or sickness. If you're not feeling well, or if you find you've been holding yourself out of things, if you're being me, basically, you know, that's maybe a time to kind of look at that and figure out why. We hope they're thinking positive, but there's always 2 sides to every coin.
Got it.
Lucky number 2. Oh! Everybody loves seeing that card in their reading. Death card, do not panic if this is the card you chose. This is a card of change, a big card of change. It looks kind of scary, of course, with the skulled rider in black, but it's actually not a bad card at all. It's just an announcement that big changes are coming, and just be ready for them. Usually this kind of change is a big deal. It's not a small, subtle thing. This is more of a big deal. Negatively, not really too much negativity with this one. Just, don't be afraid of change if it's happening. You may feel like it's something you didn't have a hand in, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. Don't fight it.
Got it.
Got it? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And numero 3. The 6 of Wands. This is an interesting card because it's not negative, though it can be depending on the layout in a normal reading. A lot of times I'll take this card as either someone in charge or someone celebrating a victory or leading a group. If it were a military person, I'd say somebody like who's in charge of a squad, for example. In a work-related environment, it could be just somebody who's like a boss or a group head, but it's somebody clearly who's leading. Sometimes it's, from looking at my notes, it can be a celebration, but wands are a lot of self-starting and entrepreneurship type things, not necessarily work-related, but activity. So it looks like an active time where you're in the lead. Negatively, just be careful of a boss who could be an issue, or be a problem, because sometimes it just means somebody you don't like or don't enjoy working with. But overall, it's not a bad card. It just usually denotes a decent amount of activity.